pylon nodes are online. Local grid clusters are connected via Broadcom sub-Ether tethering service. Psychoustic firmware update is complete, now forwarding to Hypercom streaming service. Please stand by.
Broadcasting live from Subbasement 27, deep in the heart of the Hypercube Studios in America's California, Orlando, Florida. This is time for the show, your weekly Subgenius Radio Ministry update and Hypercube Psychoustics over-the-air sub-ether firmware update. This is issue 185 of Time for the Show. I'm Dr. Fox, your just unbelievably wonderful and great host. It's pretty much just me right now because it's a new year, according to some people. It sounds a lot like the old one to me. But where we are now, it's a whole new way of doing Time for the Show. So we're gonna go. I might as well just say, let's go to my favorite part of the show, and then that's when Astro 6 hits the button. We'll take it. All right. So it's Cube News, all the news that's fit to Cube, and I had to actually write all of it down over here because I got a bunch of it. But I want to let everybody know that you have been a good boy. You've been a good boy, and I know it. I didn't have to think about it, if you know what I'm saying. You're just radiating purity. You're so supple. So for that, we're doing I always say we're. It's me. I'm doing it. I'm rebuilding a lot of the Hypercube Journeyman infrastructure. And that starts with the website. And the website right now is under construction. It's got all the little animated GIFs on there, little guys digging holes to let you know what we're doing. And actually, that's kind of fitting because most of it's related to virtual hole digging. So if you have the popular game Hole Digger, you can come and join us on there. So what was it? I gotta get somebody to come over here and just hold this for me. I need like a cue card man or just a giant magnet. That's what Hypercube needs, is more giant magnets. But the JRC, the Journeyman Resource Center at Hypercube, is getting an entirely different overhaul. We're going to be changing the way that the site's accessed. You don't need to worry about signing in to do anything for now, and we'll try to reintroduce the JRC wiki and pylon update system, because the way we were looking at doing it, just it's not gonna work that well. So if you know anything about PHP or CSS and you're willing to work for free for a brutal overlord, you can send me an email at drfox@gmail.com. If you can't spell it, you don't bother talking to me. Which comes up to, these people actually do have things that are going on. These are people that are involved in their own micro finesse clinch, just these little niches, but some real good hypercubists at the core of it. And I should have lined up some of the videos to play, but I'm going to tell you that there's a couple of highlights that I wanted to bring forward, that if you're in the Hypercom, you might have seen them already, and I'll link to these in the description of the show. But definitely check out like fellow what do you call him? Super producer, executive to the stars, Dr. Cosmac. And I mean the literal stars. He doesn't stand people worth crap, but if you're a flaming ball of gas, he's all about you. And Dr. Cosmac built his Santa's Magic Death Ray, which was featured, and you can find that by looking Doc Cosmac up on YouTube. That's DOKCOSMAC. Super easy. And then from Chownautics Limited, you can also find Subject T Change. Same name, Subject T Change. And Subject T Change is talking about books. And I'm not a book man, but you can always catch a book or two review from Subject T Change. And then, like the music, if you like tuning in early, you get to hear music from us by Hazel of the Windmills. And that's our introduction segment every week. And if you didn't catch it, in last November, Hazel did the Novembeat series, which those are available on YouTube at Hazel of the Windmills. And finally, our friends Rubik's Cube are doing podcasting tours, and you can catch them on January 15th on the Ball Sugar Podcast, and January 22nd in Bangor, Pennsylvania. So we played their song Spinning Top during our breaks. So check out Rubik's Cube if you're in the Pennsylvania area. And check out the Sugar Beat podcast and make sure to say lewd and horrible things and tell them Pease told you to say it. And that's my favorite part of the show. So you can hit the button now. That one will do. Hit the 2. Try 2. That's where we're going. So with all of that aside, that's all the duties and formalities. There's no funnies and ha-has and chuckles to be had about that. And so when I'm feeling down and blue and sour, you know, nothing's better at making you, when you're feeling blue, try feeling green with my favorite pal, Reverend Pease, to the show. He's Canadian, don't you know? Hi, Pease.
Is this the show?
Welcome to the show.
Is this show? Hello? Oh, the show. Very good. Very nice. You know, this year, the show is going to be so spectacular and different, we can't even describe it. But you're here to experience it, and isn't that what show really is? The experience of it?
Is it?
Is
I mean,
it?
it's an experience.
Where the
for
fuck
me.
is Pitchouli?
I guess we couldn't afford him this year. You know, the footless lifestyle is very expensive. A lot of dermabrasion, a lot of like pneumatic arch adjustments required for that. FitJulie leads a lavish, luxurious lifestyle.
It's true.
And
It's true.
I don't.
You know,
honestly, I don't
recently-
think we can afford him. Like we had to sell Flux Rutenberg just to keep the lights on this month.
Well, and we didn't get much for him either. Here's the
Nope,
thing
only got
about.
2 lights.
Well, we got one anyway. It's a candle watt of light, and that's what Flux Rutenberg has provided for us. Is one Rutenberg of flux, which is the equivalent of 1 candle watt.
I think you chased
So thank
him
you,
off,
Flux.
You know, he came back for the Crimbus holiday special or whatever it was.
No.
And you
No.
were-
What
you
happened
were-
was
you were yelling and screaming at him.
we made his life better, and now he's done with us.
You know,
he
that's
has a
something
car
we didn't
now. He
mention in
doesn't. He
Cube
doesn't
News.
need us anymore.
He doesn't, because you heard about where Flux Rutenberg went over Crimbus, right? Over Exorcismus.
That's correct. That's correct. For those of you who don't know, my dear blood brother, Flux Rutenberg, came all the way miles across the continent, a scant 300 miles away from the Peas. And does he Peas? I'm very busy, but if you'd like to come down here and visit me, I'm up. No, he doesn't do that. Does he in turn think, oh, maybe I should go visit the Peas? This is the closest I've ever been to him. He did not. And I don't, for all we know, Flux Rutenberg is right now signing a deal with Net and cutting me and Fox out of the fucking Netflix money. Because we don't know that he even left California yet. As we all know, that's where the Netflix deals are done.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, Flux Rutenberg and Colonel Fridgelord went off with O2. That's OHTWO for y'alls. And they went and tore it up in Los Angeles with the TTN show. And highlights of that, I believe, are coming up. And to celebrate their glorious efforts, they actually released a brand new album.
Joe,
Did
while
you
they
know
were
that?
out there,
Brand
you know,
new
he's dead to
album
me.
available right now. You can get it at officialttn.net because they're not, even though they're like .communists, they're not .commercialists. So that's
Don't you get one of their MP3s with every purchase of Triology soap, whether you want it or not?
yeah, it actually uploads to your iPod overnight. It's a free update. Bono taught us that one.
Yeah.
Well, how did your holiday season go, Pease?
Well, I think I might have had COVID, but I'm not sure because I can't buy a test to tell me. I was on vacation for a few days. I didn't get to do any camping. I did fix the amazing research vessel that we utilize at Hypercube to go do pylon research at various locations throughout the Southwest. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that we're trying to coordinate the pictoglyphs and pyloglyphs that you see in the desert. Many times symbolize a pylon, and we suspect that the Paiute and Shoshone Indian tribes may have had pylon technology hundreds, if not thousands of years in the past, where they took not thinking whole new. I don't think these white guys will cause us any problems. I don't think that if we move to this part of the desert we'll be in any problem. But it turns out not thinking and pylon building has been the of the Paiute and Shoshone Indians in the Southwest, and it's only to your generous Patreon dollars that we're able to form this incredible in-depth subgenius hypercube research to determine the exact correlation between ancient alien technology and current modern pylon infusion technology, and finding out that they may in fact be one and the same. Exciting times living, let me tell you.
Yes, we're actually trying to get some pylon experiments going down at Skinwalker Ranch. So we'll be piling a couple of those in our science utility Jeeps very soon. But you know, the Jeep travel takes long as every 15 miles.
I thought that Skinwalker Ranch was the place that you went to masturbate, but it turns out it's a totally different place.
You're thinking of Skinflute Ranch. That's the one on the other side of the fence.
I was, and I found out it's a common mistake. They have each other's phone numbers in case people do get confused. They can call right away.
Confused? Calling right? You know that.
Well, yeah, you know,
to it. You know, when you're looking up, what do you do, Peas, when you're trying to look up information on various skewed ideologies and eccentric people person clubs? You know, where do you go to find things like that?
Well, it's funny you would mention that, because recently a compatriot of ours, one Mr. Finchuli, was quizzing me about the mysteries and rituals of the Masonic organization, of which he's thinking of perhaps becoming a member. And of course I had much thoughts and wisdom to lay upon him, none of which of course I can relay on the radio, except to tell you that it's quite possible that in the very near future Finchuli maybe become a member of the Illuminati. And we all know that the world's been kind of fucked up for the last couple years, and with the COVID and the quarantines and the whatnot. So if we can get one of our guys on the ruling team, the Illuminati, that can only go well for us. I've already stopped wearing a mask, knowing that pretty soon my buddy Finchuli is going to be in the Illuminati, and I will get special 5G resistance to COVID-19.
That's the plan, and the idea is to not just put Fid into one of these positions, but as many as possible. We're trying to set Finchuli up to be basically the Hypercube subgenius lobbyist to the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And to do that, we're actually...
Yep. Now we have...
Yeah?
We do have some openings in other organizations, though.
We do.
We don't have a Black Lives Matter... We don't have a Black Lives Matter person yet, so if you are in that group and would like to involve some synergy with us, then please give Fox a call at his Gmail. We've got a couple other groups. We don't have a Blue Lives guy matters. We do have an NSA agent in Matt Ferg, but he's still deep undercover, and so we really can't utilize that as much as we'd want. But we are very close to having a key hypercube player in every major conspiracy group that runs this planet, and that can only bode well for you, the end user of hypercubism.
And we're making it available for the end user hypercubist. Just the entry level journeyman is going to be able to access a fantastic compendium. Our friend over at Chownotic, Subject T Change, and I guess by some sort of marital slavery obsession or whatever they call it, Agnes Beef is probably going to be helping out too, as we do go through the most comprehensive list of Illuminati directories that has ever been compiled, and that is High Weirdness by mail. And so what we've started is the HW the High Weirdness Directory Verification Project. And if you've never seen this book before, that's good. That means you're doing everything the right way. But if you've messed up, you probably have a copy of this lying around. And what this is a book from the 20s or 30s.
Tom Sawyer times. It's Tom Sawyer Huckleberry Finn
Reverend
times.
Stang. And we know Reverend Stang loves to update things. But he's just so busy right now. He was like, Dr. Fox, I really wanted to do this for a long time. And I really need your help. Your special kind of abilities and connections can do this. So we're actually going through the entire book, and we're combing through as many of the P.O. boxes as possible, and started a cloud database that you'll be able to see. And we're going to be sending out test pamphlets and self-addressed stamped envelopes to as many of these P.O. boxes as possible. And if and
sounds
when
like High Weirdness
comes
by
back,
email.
When something comes back, we'll update this list to let you know who is still connected to this. Because just surprisingly, we just tried out the first one in the book, which happened to be, let me just go back here. Here we go. The International Flat Earth Research Society at Box 2533, Lancaster, California.
Jesus.
And surprise, that is still their active P.O. box. So we'll be sending out these tests, and if you're interested in joining in on the H-Dubs Durver project, come on over. Go to timefortheshow.com, click the Discord button, and join the fun. This would be neat. What's your favorite P.O. box, Pease?
6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada 89108.
All right, what's on my favorite part of the show? No, 2. Hit this.
You got a lot of cameras today.
It's time for the mail. Is that the name? It's the Pizzo box, where we answer your actual letters to Time for the Show that you write us at email@timefortheshow.com. That address I check all the time. Pease, you ready to answer some mail from the kids?
I am.
Okay. Dear Show, it says Show. Would I be able to win a fight with a silverback gorilla if I had a baseball bat? And that's from Shoney Bear of Clogged, Wisconsin.
Well, first of all, I think that if you used a baseball bat on a silverback, that would be considered a hate crime. I'm not sure that you're aware of the fact that silverback is a subspecies of gay man that is considered a rarity and quite a delicacy amongst the twink community of the homosexual community. So I think that, and here's the thing, I don't even think you need the bat. I think you put your dick in a box like they did on that Saturday Night Live skit, and that Silverback would be coming to see you, and he would be pretty pleased with the package you've given him. So I think you're overthinking it. I think you're bordering on a hate crime, and if that kind of love is the physical manifestation of your needs sexually, you should just give into it and let that Silverback have his play with your twink ass.
Yeah, this message brought to you by our friends at the Buddhist Alliance for Gay Men, the Yogi Bears.
We're now LGBTQ friendly.
Enough. All right, let's see what we got here. Dear show, what's the difference between a wise man and a wise guy? And that's from Mary Jane of Sobriety,
$35. $35.
Man, now there's something to put in Cube News that we could go over for the next hour. $35. What does $35 get you, Peas?
Well, actually, the reality is it's not $35. I believe it is $50 now. And it will get you a membership into the Church of the Subgenius, which is the entrance to the rabbit hole that is hypercubism. After you've paid your $50 to Bob, you're then immediately directed to even higher and more esoteric knowledge through Hypercube Labs. And that's where the real knowledge comes, through its 4 tenets of not thinking, eating your parents, not spending more than $5 on sunglasses, and building pylons. All of which are pretty simple things to do, and you'll be given detailed instructions upon your entrance into that esteemed group of scholars that is Hypercube Laboratories.
A bargain at all those other rates.
Yeah.
Except no substitute teachers. Oh man. Well, that's it for the man. I was gonna. What's the difference between a wise man and a wise guy? One. I don't know. They both bring cologne to a baby.
Yeah, they both wear Axe body spray.
Italians, you know what I'm saying? And that's my favorite part of the show. Woo! Man, I love those letters from the kids.
I think it's a good show tonight, Fox.
Yeah.
I think it's a good show.
I think I'm having fun.
Oh, hey everybody, did I miss the funny part?
Hey, it's my favorite part of the show!
Oh my God!
It's where Fit Julie joins in the middle of the stream! That's the 2.
It's now time for our Masonic representative of the Illuminati, our man on the pulse of the world itself, Fidward Julie.
And since I'm joining in the middle of this stream, just as my power will be unchecked when I am the dictator, my mic is also currently unchecked. So, deal with it.
It's that.
You're welcome.
Get your new phone.
It's that. Now, normally, this is where we do my favorite part of the show, which is where we do the on-air sound check. But we actually did that earlier tonight, Fid. You know, as a team effort between, you know, teammates who work together on things like teams.
Yeah, you and
Together
Bees
with
and
each other.
Decoy Fit are a great team.
They're the best. Did you want to answer a mail from the kids, Fid?
Yeah, for $35 you can get a pinky job from Judi Dench.
It's 50 now. Let's not fuck up, boys. It's $50.
Actually, I gave her the 35 for the pinky job, and I was like, hey, come on, baby, slip in that ring finger, too. And he's like, okay, but don't tell anybody.
She had a ring made of coal, but when she was done, it was a bright, shiny diamond.
Rings of coal, that's good money. Nasty Six has found
Because Fid's ass is so tight, the pressure of it made her coal ring into a diamond one.
So the whole thing for putting coal in a kid's stocking was so that you were like threatening to send them to the mine if they were bad?
Well, I mean, sending it when like Santa Claus was coming out, you know, and we can go into that in the next one. But it was, you know, before kids got coal, they actually just got savagely beaten. And then I guess somehow coal was just
Better.
nicer than that. But to me, is like, I mean, right up to the energy crisis, kids could have been stocking up. You know, barbecues
Yeah,
are
well,
hard
here's
to
the
fill.
thing. If you beat the kids too much, they couldn't go work in the coal factory. But if you gave them coal, that was like a subtle reminder, your ass better get down there getting us more coal because we could beat you. And so the kids got it. They understood it. And then somehow that morphed into LOL dolls and Barbies. But I don't know that part particularly how it worked out.
My kid's gonna be 4 next Christmas, and you guys know how I am, so I've had this argument with my wife where I've been like, look, I don't want to do the Santa thing, it's fucking bullshit. And she's like, but no, it's special. Can you imagine growing up without Santa? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rescue my kid from it. Anyway, so we came to a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, we'll do Christmas, but we're just gonna modify a little bit. And so instead of threatening them with coal in their stocking if they're bad, because that's fucking antiquated anyway. I'm going to threaten them with, if they're bad, then next year during Christmas, we're going to take them to see a black Santa. And you're going to have to sit on his lap.
What does Black
The
Santa
most
bring you for
amazing
Christmas?
part about this story is that a lot of people don't know, not being as close to Fid Chuli as Argus Fox and I are, is that Fid Chuli's wife is a Japanese sex doll, and these conversations have to be sent in on a new cassette every month, where Fid scripts out what he wants Kochika to say, and so that he would plan out this Christmas conversation with his sex robot wife is really in itself a testament to the depth and beauty that is the soul of Fid Chuli.
Yeah, and I have to send for the tapes and somewhere that isn't a PAL region, so it sounds fucked up when I play it back on my NTSC Walkman.
Well, I thought Joshua Rogers was making the new sex tapes for your Teddy Sexpins.
No, I use gas station surveillance cameras for that now.
Did you get my Teddy Sexpins thing? That was pretty clever.
His mouth just stays open.
You know what, Peter? If you say it was clever, then I believe you.
That's clever. I'll tell you what else is clever. My favorite part of the show. It's them sub-Gs of the week, where we go over just some of the goofy crap that we came across the past couple weeks. And I've got a few lined up for you. But this week, I think we're just going to just paint with a broad brush. You know what? Put the brush down. Grab a roller. Because that's what we're doing. Because the sub-geniuses of the week this week are those happy-go-lucky party animals down at Silicon Valley. That's the 7. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited for the year of
For the
Brazen
Silicon.
Bob 2022. What a great time as we're all getting ready to enter in to the Zuckoverse, and time for the show, and Hypercube is adapting to that already by
Metasuckle.
we're implementing suckling and a lot of other grope-tastic features in our new metaverse virtual rapist experience, because that was a hot button just over Christmas. You know, somebody thought that they would get together with a bunch of complete strangers on the internet and just have a great time, but it ends up that some girl on the internet playing a video game was immediately subjected to virtual e-harassment by another player. And this is prompting an outcry of the redevelopment and retooling of
Was it
all
another girl?
of the well, I mean, they're on the
Was
internet.
it
Please,
was
come
it
on.
another girl? Because girls can be catty.
They can be like that. You know, where's the line draw? How are you going to be able to distinguish one floating head and pair of hands from the other?
This is fake news. I've never heard of anybody being harassed on the internet
I mean,
before.
Right, Fid?
it's
No way.
The internet is a garden of love and joy for all who participate.
It really is. I think it's an over-exaggeration. I think people are just taking just a nice e-hug from a complete stranger and going completely off the rails with it. I mean, is this
Like
PC
one
culture?
time,
See,
like
now,
one
now
time
PC
I was skinny
culture
dipping.
stands for personal computer, and that's
I was
not good
skinny
for
dipping,
anybody.
and it was super cold, and it made my junk look small. And this girl told everybody I had small junk, but it wasn't true. It was just like a physiological response to external stimulus. And normally my junk is pretty good sized, but that time it was cold. But you know, it just goes to show you you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Never leave your dick in the refrigerator.
No, especially not in these new Steam setups.
What you do, Peas, is you sit next to the cold pool and you just dip your hands down in there, and you wait about 45 minutes. And then when you take them out and jerk off, your dick looks like a fucking tree trunk. It's like, wow, look at me. I bet I could do anything in life.
Or go microwave your fleshlight and grab some duct tape.
Do you know what I learned over the summer, boys?
Don't go stripping in the woods.
Who are the summer boys?
No, but it's
And what did you
it's
learn
close
from
to
them?
that. I learned that you should never shave your pubis area in a public pool at the newts colony. That people frown on it. They're just not they're not into it. And then you get like little pieces of like pubic hair in your eyes when you're swimming through the shaving foam mess from it. It's a fucked up situation.
But it
I
was
don't
such
think
a
people
glowing,
should do it.
radiant
And there should be a
area
law
to
against
highlight.
it.
I mean, out of pubises, this was the pubis Olympus mons, the most gracious,
Those are on
beautiful,
Mars.
glorious mons.
They usually don't care if you're being kind of discreet about it, but Peas, you took the circular cap off of the filter tank next to the pool and you stood over there with your D out and let the pubes fall into the filter. I mean, it's kind of like drunk driving. Like, you know, as long as you don't get caught, just, you know, go ahead and do it, but just keep it on the DL. You know what I'm saying? Come on, girl.
I thought it was just kind of.
I thought this story-
I thought it was
I thought this
overkill when
story
Pease
was-
busted out the straight razor. I mean, you're just.
I thought it was a funny
You're being
story
edgy, but
because
you're
it's
not
like a
impressing
secret
anybody.
backstory.
And you didn't have to
That-
use your own
that's
jizz
real.
as shaving cream either. That's...
Not with that attitude, I didn't.
It does pick up all the hairs a lot easier.
It's the stickiness of it that works. Because even after you dry up and maybe you missed a spot and you didn't rinse it all off, because it's all stuck in the dried jizz, when you jump in the pool next time, it'll all float away. So you'll be okay.
Grotosol. Applied directly to the pubes.
Florida pool filters are
I
just
feel like if
nature's
I had a
crock
place I
pots.
was gonna sell, I would use that as one of the features. Like I would say, "Oh, comes with its own shaving pool."
You said comes.
You got that, did you?
You catch a lot of cum on the internet, Pease. So it's a nice place. We're gonna backbone the blockchain with DNA samples.
Here's the thing. It's like shitting in the ocean. You have to go really bad, and you think you'll just poop, and it'll be okay. But what you forget is that shit floats. And so then you poop, and then the shit is floating, and you try to swim away from it, but the movement of your arms against your surfboard and stuff just makes the shit come at you closer. And then pretty soon the other guys notice that there's shit, and they're all like, "Well, I didn't shit. You must have shat, and your own shit is following you." And that makes for a bad day at the beach.
The first thing you forget about shitting in the ocean is that your swimming trunks have netting in them.
Yeah.
So, like, you think you're home free. You're like, okay, I just took a shit. It's out. Nobody's looking at me weird. I'm good. I just pulled this off. Next
Pulled
thing you
it
know,
off.
you feel that slight nudge of the buoyant turd bumping up against you. Like, what is that, a fish?
Like a fresh mozzarella in a cheesecloth.
And you soon realize this is no Chuck E. Cheese ball pit.
Yeah, shit floats until you hit the ball pit. That's maybe we should submit that variable to the CDC. That's something that they could use to propagate some new numbers this year easily. Just
How
get a couple
long
of new-
should you
just a couple of new
quarantine
ball
after
pits?
shitting in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit?
Well, it's kind of the same as
the
shitting in the
quarantine
ocean. I mean, like, the difference between the size of the balls in the ball pit and the size of the molecules in the water, it's like the difference between pool and golf. You know, billiards and golf. It's like, it's almost the same thing, just on a
farther
bigger
away
scale.
you are from it, the more it's the same size.
Well, I mean, you're in nature's toilet as soon as you reach the beach. The beach is just a bunch of dried shit. That's all it is. The beach is the ring around the rim of the world that is this toilet Earth.
And that's a super good observation, because if you think about it, the
Which you
Earth is
shouldn't.
3/4 covered with water. That means that there's 3/4 times the number of animals in the ocean than there's actually on land. So if you take that factor
That's
into
actual
consideration and
science. That's
figure
how it works.
there's 3 times the amount of shit in the ocean than there is on the land at any given time. So anytime you go into the ocean, you're basically swimming in the Earth's toilet.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever tasted the ocean? It's just
It's
Mother
salty.
Nature's cum.
That's from the shit.
It's
and the
Mother
cum.
Nature's cooter goop.
I've heard that cum is salty from carrots, and the ocean's salty. So what's that tell you?
Exactly what I just said.
Exactly. Well, I'm just agreeing with you. We're both
I
doctors.
know. I'm
It
just
tells me that
confirming.
you eat too much Hungarian food.
Oh my God! Is it my day to eat or my day to masturbate for other people to eat?
Circle of life.
That's Scoops. That's why Scoops left Slavic lands.
No ocean.
He wanted to eat every day without the masturbation.
Have you ever tried Ethiopian food?
No, it's very dusty.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I had a girlfriend who wanted to go out to Ethiopian food, and I said I can just throw rice from the ceiling from home. Oh,
You should have said, wait, we got to call the UN and wait 6 months for it to be delivered.
Hey, you fill a condom full of rice and you toss it up into the ceiling fan.
that's called making it rain.
That's a Kentucky waterfall, Ethiopian style.
Oh man, I knew a girl. She used to grow rice. Her name was Patty. Yeah, that works. That works. Blame Canada. Blame
Ooh,
Canada.
that made my appendix cramp up.
That's my NFT system. I'm just going to be selling the rights to all of my crappy jokes.
Oh, I thought you meant you were going
Sound
to be
effects.
selling the rights to all your friends' appendices.
Do you
We can
know what's
start
happened
that.
recently,
Well,
Fox?
we probably need to update the terms of service on Hypercube Go.
A lot of people have been trying to buy soap and clicking on the old Triology soap link to the Slack Pack site, and it doesn't resolve. But I went to the Pack Slack site today, and if I searched for soap, I could buy soap, but I couldn't click on the link for soap. So if I'm a dirty bastard and need soap, how can I be assured of getting soap by going to slackpack.com? Because it seems like there's some kind of problem. If you search for the soap, you can find it, but if you just click on a past soap link, it doesn't do anything.
Did you submit a ticket, Peas?
I did.
And you put one of those in. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll send it right down to the web gimp.
Which means it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's hit the 2. So we take a juicy little 2.5-minute break to listen to a Rubik's Cube song. And when we come back, it's time to see just how far we've stretched our brainuses with a round.
Do you know they're my
proving
friends?
ground. They're good guys.
The Rubik's
Catch 'em in
Cubes.
PA. We'll be right back after this.
Sexy. I asked for that video. I asked for I think we should take the bulge back. Just like a toe. I think people be like, are you tucking back? Maybe Peas is a woman. This is too sexually confusing.
Yeah, I got my new phone in the mail today, and the SIM card they sent with it doesn't work, so I'm still kind of phoneless. So you guys know. I can get iMessages by connecting to my Wi-Fi. What do you want, Peas? Are you on the Android? I know Fox is. I get it.
No, I just do iPhone speed. I don't do that Android shit. I don't like it.
Alright.
You're listening to Time for the Show, a production of HyperCubeGo.com. This show is brought to you by all the fine folks associated with PackSlack.com, an eccentric collection of Subgenius novelties crafted by Subgeniuses for your novelty. Visit PackSlack.com, home of triology soaps, today. And of course, we can't do the show without our wonderful Patreonies like Reverend Red Kinzer, Reverend Rotten Ness, Subject Key Change, Bob South, Michael Marcus, Dr. Trenchy, Agent Lloyd, Negative at Night, Long Dead, Scalpine, Hazel of the Windmills, Couch Swat, Caller 23, Reverend 80 and I'm a Genius, and Dr. Cosmac and Apostasy Exponor. The show is brought to you by Dr. Elsa Marzars at FreeThinkRadio.com. New shows every day of the week. We now return you to Time for the Show.
What's happening?
I think we're coming back to the show. It's my favorite part of the show is coming back to it. Thanks to Aster 6 on the stick, everybody, doing everything she can after our last producer up and just fled to America's Australia, California, and I can't get over it. Just dying here. Why, Peas? Why did you have to chase him off? You could have just been nice. You could have just been nice, Peas.
Vinciuli? He's gone?
All right, well, it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's the Proving Grounds, where we go over this
He's gonna miss the best
juiciest
part.
headlines, and we try to come up with snatty repartee for the snatty repartee. I like that, snatty. We're very snatty here. Aster 6 has to get up on the microphone as she accesses the magical list of incoherent and irrelevant news from around the world. You gonna make it?
Fuck all of it.
So,
Fucking notepad thing.
I don't know.
I can't find it either. I have good jokes too.
Y'all warmed up, peas? You ready? Did you get some of that show lube
Maybe.
going?
Maybe.
Got him?
Okay.
I heard that panda got a boner.
Okay. All right. So
Should be on. Yeah.
cool. All right. I don't know. Anybody can hear me. Whatever. You'll.
Now, should we raise our hand when we want to do our thing, or just jump in?
Just hit your air horn button.
Just yeah.
Just jump on in.
Just fart into the microphone when you're ready.
But fart from the
I'm
heart.
ready for this one.
Oh man. All right. Fucking tiny script. All right. We're gonna start with the Australian golfers attacked by crabs.
Lunch menu finalized. Crowd glad gonorrhea not on the menu this year.
Local animals enraged after albatross. That's a golf joke.
Oh, that's right.
Is-
Oh,
Here.
this is a better lunch than it was last year when we had to eat gonorrhea.
What corner of Australia is that one from?
That's I am right by where my friend Scoops lives.
The East Irish Australian Isles.
All right. Okay, here's a holiday one.
Okay.
The ham sniffers have been strained this Christmas season, trying to sniff all the hams.
Karen would like to speak to the manager.
After they were all deplatformed, moved to a crowdsource-funded raising platform, onlyhams.com. That was
Ham that
was a
identifies
gimmick.
as cow demands to be called prime rib.
How do you get a job as a ham sniffer? I can put that on your resume.
It's a gift. Ask Fid. That's what he
Hang
does
around
for
at
a
bars
living.
at night.
You can't make a ham sniffer. You have to be
Oh,
born.
look who he is!
A lot of these were hard this week because they really did ask other questions like Fox says, what the fuck is a ham sniffer? And why are they so rare this year? And
My
what does a
grandpa
ham
always told
sniffer
me, you want to see
do?
a ham sniffer?
Sniffer is a derogatory,
from
it's a derogatory term for a Hawaiian.
Please, Ebenezer,
thought that
when
was
I
spam
grow up,
snorter.
if you could sponsor me to be a ham sniffer, I would be eternally grateful to you, sir.
How Dickensian.
I have a Hawaiian friend named Ham Sniffer Jim.
It's a Hemingway novel.
Was he a pineapple
Ham
trucker?
sniffer Jim and I were in the Caribbean. He was a good lad
heard
for a lush.
All right. So now we're moving on to other parts of the world. North Korea welcomes a rare case of a defector. Somebody going to North Korea.
First shit taken in Korea in 3 months.
What?
You said defecator, right?
Defector.
Oh.
Just give him. Just give
Never
him a
mind.
7.
Never
All
mind.
right. No.
He can have it.
I see.
These jokes need to defect.
Never mind.
Both senses
I
of the word.
misunderstood.
All right. Whatever. Anybody else?
Different contents.
No. Okay.
I might have had something, but it's gone.
Well, here. Germany introduces new sausage vending machines.
Her name is Greta.
Greta's got some sausage for you.
I grip it firmly in my hands.
I hope it's like one of the penny press machines where you just turn the crank and it comes out like get a souvenir sausage.
That would be fantastic.
Just old German leaders pressed into your schnitzel.
I've got
Lederhosen
Hitler.
on Schnitzel. Lederhosen on Schnitzel.
How do you get a
I
German
got
girl?
viewed my Servier.
How do you get a German girl to perform fellatio? In Lederhosen. All right, next headline. Just came up with that one.
Okay. Florida neighbors feuding over floodlights results in a murder-suicide.
Local police relieved no one was hurt.
Oh, really?
Got me to
All right. Well, you made Dr. Fox laugh. That's all
Florida-
that matters.
We had to go over like the formatting of that headline earlier. And
That
it's
one
like,
fucking
well,
was hard.
feuding couple. I was like, you got to keep Florida in there,
Yeah.
and that's why. Peace.
Well, it almost turns into a tongue twister. It's like Florida neighbors feuding over floodlights.
Florida feud over floodlights. Oh man.
Leads to
Ends
fracas.
in the first documented murder-suicide where the fetus actually aborted the mother.
Bless this meth. All right, next headline.
Potatoes airlifted to
There was-
Japan due to fry shortage. The Japanese ran out of French fries, so we sent them potatoes.
Airlifted potatoes.
Oh yes, airlifted them. Special delivery.
Potatoes airlifted to Japan due to fry shortage.
As cruel joke, no potato peelers were sent with the shipment.
It's actually the wrong shipment because their frogs are starving and they asked for a fly shortage. I mean, I'm fucking.
It was shit.
Fly shortage! That almost shortage of flies!
That was for you, Internet. God.
I would like some of we will have French flies, please. They're little flies with attitude. Oh, this
smoke.
shit, it sucks.
When you say French flies, I just imagine tiny little garbage trucks in the air.
French flies. It's little flies with berets and fucking cigarettes. Oh,
Always the beret.
buzz, buzz, oh, buzz.
Allons.
Oh, no, we're not done. I guess.
Are there flies in France?
I am flying around your pussy.
Get out of there, ham sniffer.
More like a clam sniffer. That's the joke. Next
Ham
headline.
sniffer looks for French flies.
British mom finds crystal meth in breakfast cereal.
The luckiest charms of all.
Now she has energy to get through the day. Oh, finally, my children's teeth will be okay.
Meth is recommended by 4 out of 5 dentists in England.
It can only improve. British have excellent
English
care.
meth brought to you by French flies.
An Alexa had challenged a 10-year-old to put a penny in a light socket. I don't know why light socket became
10
difficult to say.
Achievement achieved.
I believe that was the intent.
That gets a toot.
I don't know.
Ah, it was weak.
Achievement achieved. What was the headline again?
An Alexa challenged a 10-year-old to put a penny in a light socket.
I had
Immediately
it. I had it.
disprove it as no
right
stripper has
there.
ever given anyone money back. Why do you think Amazon named their AI after a stripper?
What?
Well, Alexa, that's a stripper's name. And the fact that
Because
she
strippers are named after cars, like an Alexa.
or Porsche, Mercedes,
Or, like a gemstone.
Lincoln Town
Those
Car.
Alexa lights.
Kia Soul. She's from
Hey, now, Fid, what are the stripper names in Baltimore? Like Lincoln Town Car?
Hey,
Chrysler 3000.
Hey, we're doing a thing here.
coming down the aisle now. Here's Mercury Monarch. She's double wide in every stride. You can't
Yeah,
get
Mike,
the
We
air
are
out
with
of
the
these
Galaxy on the
bags.
center stage, Galaxy 5000.
My first BJ from a chick named LeSabre.
Man, that
Fitting.
Chrysler Bird's turning my screws.
McDonald's in China is going to test out exercise bikes in their lobbies.
Save money on electricity, fat fuckers.
That's the idea.
Yeah, they're not. What are they exercising from? Oh man.
Freedom.
They just put them on little bikes with TVs in front, just like show people like eating McDonald's in America. Like you can get here.
Yep,
Little bastard.
I saw that. I saw that Black Mirror.
New Peloton program. I'll give myself a vote. All right. Here's my favorite of the evening. A man is not allowed to leave Israel until he pays his child support.
Didn't want to go anyway.
No, he's there. He can't leave. They won't.
Right, he doesn't want to go. Israel's awesome.
Except it's from Australia. You know, the other
Ah,
guys.
fuck. Compare the two. Australia, Israel. I'm staying in Israel. Fuck them kids.
Probably less
They
rattlesnakes.
can go to
in
China.
Israel.
They can go to China and bike their way to a Big Mac. I'm making French fries.
In the meantime, Jesus is being held by the Department of Children's Services.
There we go. All right. And the last
Bag of shekels for that bris you still owe.
last one for this evening is going to be New Hampshire brothers exchanged the same gift for 34 years.
German
Herpes.
sausage vendor
Mothers.
very displeased.
Mother demands her dildo back. It's funny if you've lived in New Hampshire and have
I
a
did
brother.
live in New Hampshire.
Hey, dude, I got your mom's dildo again.
It was originally known
Give
as
it back to you.
New Ham Smeller.
Thank you. See?
All wraps it up.
Should call a callback.
Show.
Call back!
It's my favorite
Skipper
callback of
would've
the
been
show.
funny
This is
if
where
you'd have said
Pease
ham
apologizes
sniffer, dude.
for all the horrible things that he's done tonight, but basically ruining the show and all of my hopes and dreams for the year. My resolutions have been met as I am now resolved. Pease, take it away.
Well, kids, here's the thing. A lot of times for the last 20 to 30 years that I've been doing the show with Fox and Fid, Rutenberg and Futenberg and Caller 23 and all the other nameless guys that come in, we've called it Pease Apologies. But this year, 2022, the dawning of the new era, we're going to call this segment from now on Pease Peeves. And sometimes it might involve apologies, and other times it might involve peeves of the peas. So here's the thing. I apologize a lot for this show, but I'm not going to do that anymore because this show is damned funny. And if you don't think it is, well, obviously you haven't had any experience with French fries or Chinese McDonald's. But Fid, Fox, and I, We've had experience with all of those things. We know the size of a man's genitals, whether they're cold or warm, and the difference that a cold genital will grow into a warm genital. These are the science facts that we've learned as doctors of the arcane arts of hypercubism. Things that we've tried to teach you, but you have knowledge. You have no desire to know if a man is in a cold pool and comes out naked, that the size of his junk at that point, you don't know how big it's going to be when he's warmed up. But Fid, Fox, and I, we know. We know the cold calculation growth rate of a genital pubic area. We also
Size
know
of a
that we
tennis
shouldn't
ball
shave.
container.
Correct. We also know that we shouldn't shave our pubis area in a publicly used pool, even if it's at a nudist colony. How do we know this? We just do. You don't want to know the backstory, but remember, for the three of us, that was the funniest joke of the show. And so you damn well better chortled or guffawed, because that was comedy at its finest. And if this show is any indication of the future shows that are await us in 2023 and 2022, well, I'm telling you what, I can barely contain my cold dick. And that's this week's first show of 2022.
Well, you've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Labs. Find out more about hypercubism at hypercubego.com. I'd like to thank all the Patreons and sponsors at packslack.com and patreon.com/hypercube, and our broadcasting pals, Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha, at freethinkradio.com.
How come you stood up the show? You stood up the whole show. You're
Streaming
standing.
radio completely commercial free, except when you get to this show. It's full of commercials. If you'd like to find out more and get involved, jump in the Hypercom, where all of the goodest boys are earning their Tindy metrics, at timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button and come hang out with us post-show in the Don't Say Hello room. I'm Dr. Fox. Thanks to Peas for showing up, and Fid Chuli. You guys got anything to tell the kids on the way out?
Yeah, don't rape anybody that I wouldn't rape.
Words to rise by. We'll see you next week on Time for the Show.
Did you guys see my new shirt? Isn't it nice?
Twill make a fine jizz rag.
I had a cold this last week, and so I took some underwears to use as my handkerchief or my tissue, because the paper tissues were too rough for my little delicate nose. And now, and like, it's funny because it gets super wet and then it would dry up again, and you couldn't hardly see any of the snot on it. So I would fold it over and use it some more. I've had it like a week. I don't know what to do with it. We should put it on the show for like a prize. That's what I think.
Yeah, there's a weird conundrum when you're on the toilet, you take a shit, you gotta reach for toilet paper, there's no toilet paper, you look in the little bathroom waste basket next to you, and you see a bunch of balled up toilet paper that somebody else obviously used to blow their nose. And now you have a dilemma. You're like, okay, I can either not wipe my ass, or I can reach in and use the used snot hankies to wipe my
I think they
ass.
should sell toilet paper like that, because the crust of the snot gives it like extra firm nooks and crannies to get all the fecal matter off your butthole. So I'm waiting, and maybe we should do this, Fid. You could have dried snot rags of tissue that you use to wipe your butt with. It could be a whole new hygiene product. Because I find the crustiness of that dried snot in the tissue in the little can next to the toilet actually does a better job of getting in there. You know, like when you get dog shit on the bottom of your tennis shoe and it gets in them nooks and cracks, and there's no way to really get it out after that. That's if you look at your butthole, it has a lot of nooks and cracks in it. But a crust of the snot would get right in there like a little stick or something that you would use to scrape the shit out of the bottom of your tennis shoe. It's the same principle. It's an idea whose time has come.
It's the same thing as when you do the commercial for the party chips, and the person's trying to dip the flat chip into the dip, and they barely get any on there, and it just falls off. And then the person has like the ruffled one with the reservoir in the middle, and it's like, wow, look how much fucking guac they got on that chip. It's basically the same thing. You want to get all that butt guac on that tissue
Get it
chip.
all on the one chip. Because you've got to here's the thing about eating chips or wiping your butt. You want to make sure you have the right ratio. With the chip, if you get too much on it, the sauce for the chip could get on your fingers, or if you don't get enough on it, you're tempted to double dip, and then people are like, oh, it's like you put your whole mouth in the dip. And it's the same thing when you're using the soft rag.
Oh, you put your whole
butt
ass
with.
in the toilet? Oh, come on, man.
Yep.
The water's
Nice,
in there
dude.
for
I was
everybody.
going to use that. I was going to
Oh.
use that.
Well, I'm glad I
Cat
stepped
drinks
on you
out of
and
that.
stole it from you.
I've told a couple of guests, hey, you want to pick up your hygiene habits? My dog drinks out of that toilet.
Yeah, come on. My dog never did anything to you, bro. You're really gonna shit in this water bowl? That's
All
fucking
my
rude.
dog ever tried to do to you was give you some oral pleasure.
Well, look, put it this way. You'd rather wipe your ass with a snotty tissue than wipe your nose with a shitty tissue, right?
Think about how much better society would be if we were more like dogs. What's the first thing a dog does when he meets you? He puts his whole face right in your crotch and big deep breath, licks it a little bit. If we greeted each other like that, I think there'd be a lot less strife in the world.
You would nail 100 out of 100 job interviews if the first thing you did was just jam your nose
Just drop
right
to your
directly
knees
up
and
the
fucking
urethra of the man
Rub your whole
interviewing you.
face right in the fucking interviewer's crotch and go, I want this job so bad. But hum it so that you get that hum vibrate. Dude,
You just take that
would be-
tiny little gap in between your front
Yeah.
teeth, that tiny, like, playing card sized gap, and you push it right up
and
against
down.
the interviewer's urethra so it's airtight, and then you start sucking. Like, not sucking like a blowjob, but like you've got an airlock on that urethra, and
I
you
like to
are.
get. No, I don't. I ignore the urethra. I try to get like a little braid of pubic hairs in that gap in my front teeth, so that when I pull back a little bit, it's not like a hair pulling, but it's a little like, ooh, it's a little rough play, but not too rough, and it lets them know you know what you're doing down there. You came to do some business, and that sets the tone for a job interview when you're meeting someone for the first time. and
Yeah, they
rubbing
put out
your
their
face
hand to
against
shake
their
hands
crotch.
with you. You jam your face in their crotch. You get
What
some
am I?
teeth
What am I,
stuck
an
in,
animal?
some pubes stuck in between your teeth, and by the time you stand back up on your feet, you've tied it in his pubes into a knot in your mouth using nothing
Yep.
but your tongue.
You've changed the whole.
You just
dynamic
nailed
of
that
the
interview. You got the fucking job.